Well, in addition to being the resident friendly neighborhood deacon here at the Catholic Student Center, I have a couple of day jobs, and one of them is that I am the Director of Child and Youth Protection for the Archdiocese of St. Louis. For those of you who are out of town, I understand we have a number of freshmen here. They're way smarter than I am. They're here for some special programs for the year, for this summer. This is a local issue here, even though nationally the abuse of children by some errant priest, most of which happened many years ago, is something that is national. Here in St. Louis, we have dealt with it too. In the past week, those of you who are local have seen in the paper some rather disturbing comments about our Archbishop Carlson. And I happened to be on vacation out of town during this time, but as I was working with our team electronically from Florida, where we were with our granddaughter, and it was just crazy for me to see what was attributed to him, because I know this man. I have been doing this for 18 years. I've worked under 4 archbishops, and this one is the best. If there's anyone committed to the protection of children and justice for those who've been harmed, it's this man. And so when the paper erroneously said, based on a deposition that he gave recently, that he did not know it was a crime to abuse children, for an adult to abuse children, that was just pure nonsense. This man knows it's a crime, he knows it's a sin, he knows it's an evil, and I can attest to that personally because I've been working with him for the 5 years that he's been here, and he is on top of this stuff. What happened was he was asked questions in a deposition, and any of you have ever been in that position, it's a difficult position to be in. I was in one for 5 hours about 4 weeks ago, and my mind was blurry by the time I finished it. You don't know what you're saying. But he was asked a question about whether he knew that clerics were mandated reporters back in the 80s. So referring back to something that was 35 years ago when all these events took place, he said, I don't remember. I can relate to that. As a clinical social worker, I'm a mandated reporter, and I can't tell you when the mandated reporting law went into effect. If you ask me, I'd have to go look it up. I just know that I am. But if you ask me if I know that it's a crime and a sin and a great evil to abuse children, of course it is. And of course our Archbishop knows that. So pardon me for getting a little frosted here, but it just really irritated me to see this good man's name dragged through the mud. Now what you can do, if you don't want to take my word for it, you can go online to St. Louis Review, and you can see his film talk, and you can read what he wrote, what's written about him, and you can also read the entire deposition if you want, and you will see how incredibly out of context those headlines were. Just terribly wrong. So, anyway, that's my little speech for this morning. Thank you.